But where he doesn't come off great, is he was like, yeah, I'd probably do it again.
He did say at the end, though, I probably would do it again, which was not that well thought out because my wife and I both looked at each other and go, why'd he say that?
Yeah.
But I thought overall his teammates loved him.
Yeah.
So
and somebody he had a great year that year. So that was the year that Jordan went to play baseball, and they actually made it to the Eastern Conference semifinals. And Kukoc hit that game-winning shot against the Knicks in Game 3. They were down 2-0 to the Knicks in that series, and Kukoc rightly pointed out he'd hit a bunch of game winners for them all year. Like, Scotty wasn't that guy. It just wasn't. He was as great a player as he was, and he was one of the top players in the league. He wasn't that guy to necessarily draw up a final play for he's going to knock down a game-winning shot for us. And so Phil talked about it. He's like, we'd run this set with Tony Kukoc before. We drew up the play, and then he couldn't believe what was happening, that Scottie Pippen was taking himself out.
Well, did you mention that that Kukoc had pointed out that he had already hit several game winners?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mentioned that literally 20 seconds ago.
The other thing that jumped out at me on episode 6 was if they would re-air the 93 finals, Eastern Conference Finals between the Bulls and Knicks, I'd watch every play. That series was so good and so many great memories. I mean, the Jordan Stark stuff.
And I think you're going to get that feeling in episode 9 probably, where, like I said, they left with a cliffhanger with Reggie Miller saying, we thought we had the better team.
Right.
Eastern Conference Finals. Jordan only went to a Game 7, I think, twice. And one of them was against this Pacers team, which was a loaded team with Rick Smits and Reggie Miller and Jalen Rose.
And the Davises. Oh, yeah, they were really good. But I would watch that 93 Eastern Conference Finals series over and over and over. It was so good. So physical. It was great to watch. I really loved it.
So we will talk more about The Last Dance on the show. Rod Thorne is going to join us. Rod Thorne, who was an NBA executive for years, actually drafted Michael Jordan and then was the architect of the 92 Dream Team. He's actually now an advisor for the Wizards.
That's right.
He's getting a long-time NBA exec. So we'll get his take coming up at 9 o'clock. They really don't show any Wizards run from Michael Jordan's last dance. They should do a documentary about his 2 years with the Wizards. It'd be the last dance.
Yeah, why do you want to sully a great product
well, they
by
basically
mucking it up with the Wizards?
2 bad plays by MJ in the whole thing so far. When he came back and he got the ball stripped by Nick Anderson, and then when he kind of had a bad pass there in the last moments to Pippen there in that series.
Yeah, I mean, they showed an air ball there, too. They just showed that the 45 wasn't the same as 23.
Well, that was what was so you forget that. So who was it that said that?
Nick Anderson.
Yeah, Nick Anderson said 45 not the same as 23. So MJ wore 23 the next time out and then never wore 45 again.
And he lit him up. He lit him up the next time out.
Oh, the other thing that was fascinating was the footage of MJ. We'd heard the reports, but that, he had a court built when he was doing Space Jam, and he literally had NBA All-Star games there every night after filming all day, and it was just simply to get MJ back in basketball shape. And these guys were they weren't paid. Rodman was, the biggest players in the NBA were there working out, running scrimmages every night for MJ to get back in shape. And then he came back as a killer. They probably shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, Reggie Miller said that those were some of the best games he ever played in.
Yeah.
Pickup games.
They're pickup games.
I don't know, for whatever reason they kept showing like Juwan Howard dunking.
But like
so
it was
Juwan
a
Howard,
who's
I guess,
who
was
of
a
the
regular.
NBA.
Right.
Showing up on the set of Space Jam every night, just balling, so MJ could get back in basketball shape, and then he came back and they won 72 games. And then they won 3 straight.
I remember watching a lot of the Bulls games on DirecTV on the NBA. I don't know, was it called League Pass?
Yeah.
When I was living at the Seabrook house before I got married, I would just watch the West Coast games right there on League Pass. It was that year too, and just watching a lot of the Bulls games when they won 72 and staying up until 1 in the morning when they were playing the Warriors or the Lakers. Man, it was just. If I could take myself back to those days, Joe Pa, I would.
Of course.
Well, you know what's sick about it? That seems like only about a few years ago. It's amazing how fast time's gone since
it's
that.
way in the rear view.
It's way back.
So far back.
But, the 72 games, like we all remember that season. It was insane.
Absolutely.
The other thing, and I know we got to go to break, the other thing that just jumps out at me was like how I could understand why Michael kept stepping away from the game. All right, there's one thing he got annoyed by Krause and all those guys, but he was hounded literally every second.
Oh,
and
man,
you
he
could
couldn't go
tell-
anywhere.
I basically ruined the episode for Jason. But
That's
when
fine.
when he's in the hotel smoking a cigar, he's like, it's the only place where he had peace and quiet.
I know.
And he was like, this is
I mean,
too
when
much.
he came off the bus, he was hounded by a million fans, and then he had to go talk to the media.
They had him
I
coming
mean, he couldn't even breathe.
They had him coming out of his hotel elevator. As soon as that elevator door opened on the lobby, it was like the Pope or something. It was insane.
Yeah,
it went
he
from
was.
quiet and peace to insanity when the
Right.
elevator doors opened.
Yeah, it was. How about when he told Randy Brown that he just got a ticket from God?
Yeah, yeah, that was good.
Then he said, "Hey, get out of here! Get out of here! I just hooked you."